Welcome students, welcome to the lecture number 3 of using Python libraries. Okay, so in the previous lecture I have told you about the modules, okay, and how you can create your own modules. So in today's lecture we will begin with this question, then write a statement to retrieve list of all objects present inside user created module. Okay, so if we want to see that how many objects are present in a user created module, how we can see it. So first let me open the interactive mode of Python, right? Just wait. Okay, so this is Python IDLE. Let me first open it. So now the Python IDLE is open now. Okay, you remember that in the previous class we have created a module named as volume, right? Let me see that whether that module is present or not. Let me open the file. Okay, and it is taking a little bit time to open. It's opening. Yes, so you see that there is a list of all the files which we have created in Python. So yes, you can see that over there we have a module named as volume. So when I click on it, you can see that we have described all these functions. Okay, so there is a module named as volume. So now if I want to see the list of all objects present in that volume model, so what I have to do, first I have to write a command that is import and the name of the module, that is volume, right? And once the module is imported, then in order to see the list of all the objects present in that module, I will use a dir command, and within the dir I simply write the name of the module. So when I press enter, you can see that you have seen many variables over here like built-ins, cached, doc, file, loader, name, package, specification, and after that you can see that these are the name of the functions like cone, cube, cuboid, cylinder, which we have already created in the module named as volume. Okay, you already seeing some more variables like doc, file, name. We will discuss all these variables later on, but right now you can see that by using this, like importing the module and then using the dir command, you can see the list of all the modules, all the variables present in the currently imported module, right? So this is the basically the two statements through which you can view the list of all the objects present in the module. Okay, now let us see what is the next topic with us. Okay, so next topic is basically module aliasing. Okay, module aliasing means to give additional name to the module. All right, and how we can do that? Suppose we know that we have a module named as volume with us, and if we want to give an additional name to that module, then how we can do that? We simply write import volume. Okay, we first write the name of the module, right? That is import volume as vol. So in spite of the word volume, I can simply use the word vol for representing the volume module. Okay, so if I want to call any of the method which is declared in this volume module, how I can write it? First I will write the alias name of the volume module, that is vol, then dot, and then the name of the function which I want to use. All right, so in this way you can create the alias name for the modules. And after that, the next thing is member aliasing. So what is this member aliasing? Member aliasing basically provides you the facility to give additional names to the methods present in the module. So you can see that when I write, like we know that we have a module named as volume, So I write from volume import cube as CB. So what I'm doing in this statement, I'm giving an additional name to the method cube as QB, method cube as CB, and this cube method is basically the part of the volume module. So in this way, what I'm doing, I'm giving the additional name to the member of the volume module, and which member? The cube member. Okay, the cube function, I'm giving an additional name to it, and that is CB. So whenever I want to call the cube function, after writing this line, I can simply write CB in spite of cube, because I have given the additional name or alias name to the function cube as CB, right? Now, after this thing, the next topic that we are going to start is basically a package. Okay, you know, we can also call package as a library also. Okay, so now what we want to see, that what is basically a package, right? You know that we have a module with us, right? In the module we can put functions, variables, classes, we can put many things in a module file. Okay, but what is basically the package? Suppose a package is basically a collection of multiple modules, right? So what is a Python? A Python package is a collection of related modules, or we can say that it is a directory of modules. Why we call it as directory? In Python, a folder is called as directory. Okay, so it's basically, what is a package? Package is basically a folder which contains various files, or we can say which contains various module files related to a particular topic, right? So at the last of this chapter, we will see that how many packages are available in Python, and we discuss some few packages also. So till now, what is a package? Package is basically a folder which contains multiple module files, okay, related to a particular topic. So what are the steps to create or import a package? Suppose if I want to create a package, and in that package I want to add the modules. So how I can do that, right? Let me do one thing. I have created a module named as volume, right? Let me create one more module by the name of area. So let me create one more. Okay, so for creating one more module, I will open the file, then new file, and then def. Suppose the first function I have used is basically rectangle, L comma B, and this function will return the area of the rectangle, that is length into breadth, right? Again, I define another function, that is def square, and within the bracket I will take side. Okay, so after that, the area of the square is basically side square, so side into side. Okay, then def circle, and for circle we have to take the radius. Okay, now in that case we will return the product of 3.14 into r into 2. So this is the result of this. It will return the result pi r square. Okay, so suppose we have created another module that is named as area. So I will give the name of this module as area. Okay, so after creating it, I will give the name as area. Okay, so I have given the name as area. So now I have created two modules. One is volume and other module is basically area. So now you can see that over here that it is a area module. Okay, right, and you can see that over here it is written as area.py. So this module named as area.py. Okay, and we have another module, and the name of that module is, you can see over here, volume.py. So we have two modules with us, area.py and volume.py. Okay, so now what task I am going to do? I am going to basically create a package, and in that package I am going to include these two modules. Okay, so what are basically the steps for creating a package? the first step is that you have to create the directory. Okay, the first step is that you have to create the directory. So how you are going to do that? Okay, how you are going to create a directory? So let me write the steps for it. Okay, and you have to note those steps under this category. Okay, so creating a directory category, right? So let us start with it. Okay, this is my Python interactive mode. First I have to import a module, that is OS. OS module is basically help in me in creating some directory, or you can say that in folder. Okay, so how we can do that? os.mkdir, right? And suppose we give the name of this directory as shapes. Okay, so we have given the name to the directory as shapes. So what will happen when I press enter? A folder named as shapes is created in the Python directory. Okay, so I simply press enter. So after that the folder is created. Okay, now the first step is complete. Then what will be the second step? The second step is basically place different modules in package. You know, I have created 2 modules, right? So what I have to do, I have to paste these modules in the package that is we have created, that is shapes. Okay, so I open this volume package. Either I can go to the Python directory and copy these files into my folder, that is shapes, or what I will do, I will again save these files as save as, right? And this, you see that over here when I go to the save as option, okay, the Python folder is open, and you can see that over there we have a, so now you can see that there is a folder named as shapes. So let me open this folder first, and then what I will do, I will save this file, my volume file, in that folder. Okay, so this is basically the name of the folder shapes, and over there I will save this file by the name of volume. Okay, so I simply save the file, and similarly I repeat the same step with the area module also. Okay, so over here this is my area module. Let me save it also. So def save, sorry, I have to do save as because I have to store its copy into the shapes folder. So over here it is the shapes folder, and now I save the file area, okay, in the shapes folder also. You can see that over here it is shapes folder, and in the shapes folder the volume module is also present, and now I am storing this area module in this. Okay, so I will simply click save. So what will happen, my second part is basically covered, that plays different modules in package. Okay, so this is my second part that I have covered. Now the third step is that I have to create a file named as _init _.py in this folder. Okay, what is the basic purpose of this init file? I will tell you later on, but just remember one thing, that we have to create this file first. Okay, so let me open file, and new file I open, and in that file I just write a comment over there that it is basically a __ init, then again __.py file. Okay, this is just a comment. Now what I have to write in this file, that from the module name is basically volume, import, if I want to import all the files, or suppose I want to import all the functions which I have created over there. So I will either write star, okay, and from area import star. Okay, so you can see that as I pressed star, it means I want to import all the functions which is present in that module. Okay, so after writing this, I simply save this file. Okay, and I have to give name to this file as, first I will open the shapes folder, right, and in that folder I have to give the name of this file as __. So let me, okay, over here let me increase the size also. Okay, so you have to give the name of the file as __init underscore underscore dot py. Okay, so after giving the name, just save the file. Okay, so now you have created a init file also in your shapes folder. Okay, now what will be the next step after doing this? Now import package and use the attributes. Now what you have to do, you have to simply import that package, okay, in your program, and you can simply use the functions which is present in that package. Okay, so let me write a simple program and then just try to run it. So this is my Python shell. I open a new file, right? So this is my new file. So first I will see, I add a comment that importing package in my program. So this is basically a comment. All right, so I will write from the name of the package is basically shapes. Okay, so from name shapes import, right? And then if I want to import those modules, then I simply write the name of that modules as area comma volume. Okay, so what happened in this way, I basically combine all the modules which are related to a particular area in the package that is shapes, and just by writing this line in a single line, I can import all the modules which is present in that package. Okay, and after that I can simply use any one of them. So I will simply write print, let me area of suppose rectangle is equal to comma, and you know that we have created a module named as the module is basically area, and in that we have used the made the function rectangle, right? So what we will do, area dot, and the name of the function is rectangle, and then I will write suppose 24 comma 12. Okay, and let me do one more volume of cube is equal to comma volume dot cube, and over there I return 8. Okay, so you can see that in this program I am basically importing a package and all the modules present in that package, and after that I am using the functions which are created in each of the package. Okay, so let me first run it. Okay, so it is asking me the name of the file. So suppose I have given the name of the file as p1. Okay, and then I will simply run it. So now you can see that we are getting the area of rectangle is 288 and the volume of the cube is 512. Okay, so in this way I have created a module. Okay, I have created a package, and that package I included two modules. One is the area and the other one is the volume. Okay, so after creating those modules in a package, I can simply access all the modules by writing this line that from the name of the package, and then import statement we use the modules which I want to include in my program. So I have to specify the name of those modules, right? So this is basically the benefit of making a package, that through package we can include multiple modules in our program just in a single line. Okay, now so these are the steps for creating the package and also how you can import it. So you will write the steps in your notebook and also store the details of those steps as I have shown you in the video. Now the next important thing is that we have used a file that is init dot underscore dot py. Now what is the basic purpose of this file? Why we have used it? So let me give you some the explanation about this file, that a Python package must contain this file init dot py. Okay, why it is so? So that the Python interpreter, okay, identifies that it is a special directory. Okay, so that Python knows that the folder in which this file is present is basically a special directory, and that folder is basically a collection of modules. Thus it is basically used to initialize the Python packaging. Okay, so this is basically used to initialize the Python package. So this folder, this file basically specifies the Python interpreter that the package in which this file is present is not a normal folder, not a normal directory. It is basically a special directory, and all the files which is present inside this folder are basically the modules. Okay, so this is the purpose of writing the init.py file. Okay, the next important thing is now let's see some standard Python libraries. Okay, so there are some libraries also that we are going to use in our some chapters. Okay, so let's give you a small introduction about some of the basic some of the commonly used Python libraries. One is the basically matplotlib. Matplotlib is basically a Python library which helps in data analyzing, and it's numerical plotting library. It is used in basically data science. So basically data science is one of the most one of the most important career option nowadays. Okay, very useful career option nowadays. And in data science there is a large amount of data, and we have to analyze it and create plots according, and create the charts and plots according to that. So matplotlib is basically a Python library, and this library contains various tools, or we can say various modules, through which we can easily analyze the data and do the numerical plotting. Okay, along with that there is one more library, that is pandas. Pandas is also used for the data science. Okay, as it provides fast, expressive and flexible data structure to easily work with the structured, that is tabular. It provides us the tabular way, multi-dimensional tabular way, and there are many ways, and time series also. Okay, so this pandas libraries help us to represent the data in different patterns. Okay, in time series data also. And there is one more, numpy. This basically numpy contains advanced math functions, and they are basically used for scientific computing package. So if we want to create any scientific application, so it is better if we use this numpy package, because it contains inbuilt modules which helps us to perform the advanced mathematical function and scientific, and helps us in doing the scientific calculations also. One more Python library, that is Pygame. So Pygames provide an easy interface to the simple direct media library, that is SDL, platform independent graphics, audio and input library. So as the name suggests, that this basically library is used to develop games using the Python. Okay, so if we use this library, then obviously we can create games with the help of Python. Okay, so there are many more libraries available in Python. I have just discussed 2-3 libraries, so that just you get the idea that yes, it is these libraries can be used in our Python program. Okay, so this is the last video of this lecture. So our lecture, that is modules and packages, is over. Okay, in the next lecture we will start with some new topic. So that's all for today. Have a nice day.